You know, this thing we do called gambling, it's all based on numbers. I'm not telling you anything you didn't know initially, but let's face it, numbers can be twisted and turned better than any accountant can fudge your tax return sheets, okay? And that's the amazing thing about gambling. The numbers. I've said to you many, many times over the years here on the Video Report, when I used to have my nationwide radio show, when I used to have my tip sheet, if you come up or if you hear somebody that cites this phenomenal trend, this incredible ATS statistic that supports one side so clearly, you give me 5 minutes and I'm going to find 6 trends that supports the other side even better. Numbers, again, they're twisted and turned. They're conveniently used to support an argument. How many times, as a gambler, I've been in this boat, have you put your money on a team because they have won 17 of the last 18 in the series straight up and against the spread? They're on a 5-game ATS winning streak. They've covered by an average of 7.5 points a game, blah, 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 blah. And they get blown out. And afterwards, you're left going, what the hell happened? It happens. You know it as well as I do. Again, because we're gamblers, okay? It happens. It always does. And yet, there are times when the numbers stay true to form. And I know. First-hand experience, less than 24 hours ago. Because Monday, boy, did I get kicked in the ass. Listen, I was going for 10-dime baseball winner number 20 out of 28 last night. And I had to play on the Baltimore Orioles, who had been very good to me. I've been using them nonstop as best bets or here on the Free Pick Video Reports, right? So they had Bud Norris at home, and I figured, okay, even though Norris hasn't pitched well all season, he'd rewarded me with some money in recent outings, and the Texas Rangers were coming to downtown. Wandy Rodriguez, beaten up in his last start. But I knew Wandy Rodriguez had also been dynamite on the road for the Rangers. And I knew that the Rangers had won like his last 7 starts in a row before he got beaten up at home in his last outing. So I decided to buck the trends. Well, the only one got bucked. And maybe buck is not quite the word we should be using if you substitute that B for an F maybe. Just a thought. It is a family-style video report. Remember that. Yes, I definitely took it. And then here, how about the free picks? Yesterday, I gave you the Kansas City Royals against Houston. I knew that Lance McCullers had been on a red-hot roll in his rookie season here, pitching at home at Minute Maid Park, but I decided to go against the Astros, and, well, the Astros took care of business against KC with the easy win. Same thing in the Toronto-Boston game. I decided to play the Blue Jays, who, let's face it, the numbers have been phenomenal, especially with the Blue Jays at the Rogers Center. Their overall winning streak and the number of runs they've been scoring here over the past 5 weeks, right? But I knew in the back of my head that Clay Buchholz, I had handicapped the game. I knew he had been dynamite on the road here over the past 4 weeks. Clay Buchholz and the Red Sox take me down. So I go 0-3 yesterday, losing the best bet and losing both free plays. And you know what? When it happens, when all the numbers stay true to form, you have to shrug your shoulders and go, what are you going to do? It happens. There's no guarantees in gambling. I've said it for 25 years. It's so true. The bottom line is this, however. I truly believe, and this is just my own personal opinion, I truly believe that over the course of the year, the course of the season, the difference often between having a profit, having a bigger profit, or having no profit at all comes down to the games where you're willing to buck the trends. Because I say over the long haul, the trends more often than not don't hold true. Now, granted, as I said earlier, you can find trends to support both teams. But sometimes when the overwhelming evidence is there, sometimes I think you've got to listen to that inner voice. You've got to go with that gut feeling, that hunch. Because I think that over the course of the season, again, that the difference between turning a profit is often your ability to sometimes just look at a game and say, I think I'm going to go this way instead of that way. And I know it's hard. And there are often times, though, you're going to look at a card and there's going to be a game, as I like to say, that's just screaming, bet me, bet me, bet me. But more often than not, you're going to have to analyze a card and you're going to have to narrow down your choices and you're going to have to find that one game to go on. And that's where I find that often the hunches and the gut feelings have to come in. You have to rely on your instinct. You can't second guess yourself. There's no room in this business to be a second guesser, whether you're a gambler, handicapper, or a combination of both like me. That's the bottom line, right? You know it as well as I do. It's kind of like, a batter hitting 300 over the course of the season. A lot of times those little bunt singles he picks up, it's going to be those flares right over the shortstop's head. They're going to reflect and drive that average up and ultimately break the 300 mark. And to me, that's kind of like the hunch plays that you got to make sometimes. So anyway, just wanted to hit you with that observation here at the outset of Tuesday's report. I am Al DeMarco. I don't know who the hell you thought you'd be watching otherwise, but this is my video report, and I encourage you all to get your own video reports. It's a great stress reliever. You all should, but this is not TMZ. You're not watching that right now. Let's talk about some of the handicappers here. One-day special, first of all, today only. Buy any handicapper 7-day package, and you will get a second handicapper 7-day package of equal or lesser value for free. Yeah, and there's no strings attached. And oh, by the way, the package prices, same today as they were yesterday, last week, and last month. So, this is your opportunity to buy 1 week of any handicapper 7-day package and get a second 7-day handicapper package from somebody else at the site of equal or lesser value absolutely free. What's the string attached? Well, there is none. The only string I can possibly think of is that you have to let customer service know that, hey, I bought 7 days of Trace Adams and now I want 7 days of Scott Delaney. You got to go ahead and email customer service. They're not mind readers. They're not psychics. They have to be told who that second handicapper is. Again, of equal or lesser value. Should you have any questions, you can always contact customer service. Half-price play today is going to be Matt Rivers, who once again has the biggest Major League Baseball play of his 12 years here as a charter member of the site. 7th ever blank check waive the rating release. 2015 Underdog Game of the Year, part number 2. It's the half-price play of the day. Simply by using coupon code BLANK. Blank is going to be that coupon code. He won part 1 last Thursday with the Houston Astros plus $1.45 on the run line and a 4-0 shutout of the Yankees. Also at run line plays, blank check plays. Remember Sunday night game of the year, Cardinals over the Cubs, and last Friday with the Nationals. Max Scherzer on the run line at Philadelphia. So again, you get it for half price by using coupon code BLANK. Trace Adams, the damn guy lost yesterday. Can you imagine that? He lost yesterday. I'm pissed off. You should be pissed off too, because today he's only going for winning day number 9 out of 10. How could he lose last night with the Toronto Blue Jays? Damn him. Anyway, today, raised the bar 1,500 star interleague game of the year on the Tigers and the Pirates. You get it for only $24, saving $75 in the process. You've gotten his plays at a discount every single day. What, for the last 7 days, in fact? So, matter of fact, dating back to last Tuesday when you got his interleague total of the year. With the Phillies and the Yankees over as the charity play of the week. You've gotten his plays every single day since then at discount, and today is no different. Speaking of the charity play of the week, going for winner number 13 out of 18 today. And, excuse me, guys. Sorry, but I ain't starting this report over, okay? Charity play of the week winner number 13 out of 18. It's Chris Jordan, his 300-star baseball winner number 18 out of 23. Phillies Brewers over under yesterday, ironically, in this same series. He happened to deliver with the over, and you got it as the $5 play of the day. You get today's play for free by using coupon code. Are you ready? It's the word free, F-R-E-E. All your other promos, etc., over on the homepage. Let's get ready to roll. We don't want to use that Michael Buffer phrase because they probably hit it with a trademark or copyright suit. You know that deal, right? Anyway, you can look it up. First play, I'm going to go with the Mets and Jonathan Nice at home against the Cubs and Kyle Hendricks. Hendricks has a 4.80 earned run average and 8 road starts this season. He's 1-3 overall with a 5.88 ERA in his last 5 starts. Definitely a sophomore slump season for Hendricks, and I dare you to say that 3 times quickly. And now guys suddenly are going, sophomore slump season. Yeah, it's not an easy one, is it? All that alliteration. Anyway, last 2 starts against the Dodgers at home and at Minnesota. He's only worked 5 innings in each of them. And in those 10 innings, he got hit hard. 11 runs scored and 15 hits. Now, here's the thing with Jonathan Nice, okay? He's 0-5 with a 5.87 earned run average in his last 8 starts. And the team has lost 7 of those 8 starts, but he has pitched better of late. Matter of fact, his last 4 starts, he has a 3.46 earned run average. I'm going to go with the Mets here at a virtual pick'em price because the Mets are at home. Isn't that good enough reason? If you know what the Mets have been doing this year, you know why to play them at Citi Field. They're already off to a 3-0 start on their homestand after sweeping the Reds over the weekend. They've won 4 in a row overall since a 7-game losing streak, most of that achieved on the highway. They're 8-1 in their last 9 at home, including 6 straight wins, and they're 29-11 at Citi Field this season. That is the second best home record in the major leagues, only trailing the St. Louis Cardinals. Remember last week at Wrigley? Cubs beat Zach Greinke and Clayton Kershaw on back-to-back days. Things were looking promising, right? Not such promise since then, as they've lost 5 straight games and scored a total of 6 runs in those 5 losses. Over a 3-game sweep at the hands of the Cardinals in St. Louis over the weekend, they went 2 for 27 with runners in scoring position. And let's face it, the revenge gods are probably coming into play tonight. Because remember back when, was it middle of May, Mets went to Wrigley Field, got swept in a 4-game series? Well, why don't they return the favor starting tonight? So I'm going to go with the Mets in that one. Your other complimentary play, I'm going to take a shot with the San Francisco Giants, but only because they're hitting the ball well here of late. Yes, Ryan Vogelsong, who I used as a best bet in his last start, but that was at home, okay? And he responded last week, I think it was last Wednesday, with 6 very strong shutout innings against the San Diego Padres. The Giants have won 7 of his last 10 starts, including his 4 of his last 5 outings on the road. But again, I look at his home-road split. At AT&T Park in San Francisco this season, he has a 2.63 earned run average. On the road, 5.31. So again, these numbers mirror his numbers of a year ago when he had 3.10 earned run average pitching at home and 5.10 outside of San Fran. So it all comes down to the fact that Giants have to hit and score some runs when he's on the hill. Well, and that's what they've been doing here lately. The Giants have scored 6 or more runs in 8 of their past 10 games. They've won 4 of their last 5, scoring 38 runs in the stretch. Meanwhile, Stanton out from Miami, and it's not like the Marlins have a lot of offense other than Stanton to begin with. Matter of fact, in a 3-game series minus Stanton this weekend against the Dodgers, they went 1 for 21 with runners in scoring positions and struck out 36 times. Gives a whole new meaning to swing and a miss, huh? Offense, only 6 runs while losing 4 of their last 5 games. They've lost 9 of their last 11 and have only scored a total of 21 runs in those games. And in that 11-game stretch in which they've scored 21 runs, 9 of them came in 2 games. So that tells you how futile they have been at the plate. And they're 1-5 on their current homestand. They're going with Matt Latos? God, I can't remember. Anyway, they're going with that guy with the funny first name spelled Matt, M-A-T. They've lost 5 of his last 6 starts. Meanwhile, again, Vogelsong has been pitching very well. He brings a 12 2/3 scoreless inning streak into this particular outing, and he's got a 1.67 earned run average in 6 starts against the Marlins in his career. So it's going to be San Francisco to be your other complimentary play with the New York Mets. That'll do it, guys. Best of luck to you all, and I'll catch you again tomorrow when we do this one more time.